Network engineers and sysadmins need a way to test the speed of their network. There's a ton of tools out there to help you, but none of them are as reliable, easy to use, or cost effective as IPerf. IPerf is a free open source tool that you can download and set up in minutes. Not only is IPerf going to help you test for your effective bandwidth, but it's also going to test a lot of different parameters. It's going to tell you your speed/latency, it's going to tell you the amount of jitter that's on your network, and most importantly, the amount of packet loss. So IPerf is super simple to set up, and we're going to go over it in this tutorial, and I'm going to show you how you can do it from the Windows perspective as well as Linux. So let's go ahead and hop into the command line and get started. If you're using Linux, you can use sudo apt-get install IPerf3, and this will install the binaries for IPerf. And the binaries for the client as well as the server are the same. The way we're going to run client versus server is all with command line arguments, so don't worry about downloading the client version or server version, it's the same exact tool. If you're using Windows, go to iperf.fr, go on over to download IPerf binaries, and then select the one applicable to your operating system. I would be using Windows 64-bit. Once it's downloaded, extract the files to a directory of your choice. Okay, so let's have a look at how we can get our server started. I'm going to do it from my Linux machine first, and then I will generate some client traffic from my Windows box. So on my Linux machine, I already have IPerf3 installed. So now I'm going to start it in server mode. So if you just type in IPerf3, you can see all the commands that you can run for IPerf, and there's quite a few of them. But to get the server started, all you need to type is IPerf3-s, and this will start the client in server mode, and it lets you know the port that you're listening in on. Looks like I'm listening in on the default port of 5201. And just another thing to note here, make sure when you run this command to run it as IPerf3. Some of you following along may have installed just the regular IPerf client, and that's for older versions of IPerf. We want to make sure that both our server and our client is running IPerf version 3. So just make sure to run the version 3 command. So now that that's running, let's hop on over to the Windows machine. And from here, we're going to do a very similar command, but this time it's going to be IPerf3. And then instead of -s, I'm going to put -c for client connection. And then I'm going to put in the IP address of my server. And this is all I need to do to start out a connection and test the bandwidth. So it looks like I'm getting about 850 megs of bandwidth, which is pretty good. And you can see that my client was trying to push out a gigabit worth of traffic, but the network was only getting 860 megabits. And then if you head on over to the server, you can see all the information there as well. So whether you're connected to the server or client, both perspectives will show you the current testing that's going on. The next thing that we can do here is add a little more depth into our testing, and instead of just doing the basic test, we can add some additional parameters here. So we might want to increase or decrease the amount of time that we're testing. So I'll set it down to 5 seconds, as the default is around 10. But usually when you're doing this in production, you'll probably want to do it for 5 to 10 minutes or so. A lot of the times when you're testing in production networks, the issue is intermittent and you need your test to run for a long time, so adjusting the time parameter is very important. So now that we've changed it to 5 seconds, let's go ahead and make another change here. And this is another one that I use commonly, and what this does is set the bandwidth. So as you can see, by default, it just tries to push as much traffic to the server as possible, but you might want to limit the amount of bandwidth that this client actually tries to use. And I'm going to do that right now, so I'm going to set it to 30 megabits, and now you can see that it's just testing a 30 megabit transfer. We can add an additional switch here, -V, and this just gives us a little more verbose information. Now, for those of you that are interested in seeing packet loss and jitter, we actually need to run this test again, but this time we need to run it in UDP mode. By default, we are doing all the tests in TCP, And when you do that with IPerf, you do not track the results of packet loss and jitter. So we're going to go ahead and change this to UDP mode. And it's very simple to do. All you need to do is go -U and specify a UDP port, and you can make this whatever you want. I'm going to use port 6790, and I'm actually going to increase this to 15 seconds, and now you can see that we got a UDP stream going. It's at 30 megs and going right to our server. If we switch to our server, we can see the connection coming in, and you can see that it's counting the actual datagrams that came in, and you can see that it's lost 0. And right here at the bottom, it measured the amount of jitter as well as the total packet loss. We can see here we got 0% packet loss, so that's very good. I have a very stable network, and IPerf has proved that for me. Now, if you want to test out a connection to the internet, there's some dedicated IPerf servers out there that you can use. So I'm going to pull up one of them right now, and I'm going to do a test connection to them. And here they are over here. You can just go to iperf.fr, and then it's IPerf servers. And here's a big list. So let's go ahead and choose one. And I'm going to use this Scott Linux server. So I'll copy that in. So I'll copy this in, and it looks like it's just using the default port of 5201. And let's run this from my Windows box. So I'll change this IP here. And I'm actually going to specify the port here, even though I don't need to because it's using the default. But just to show you that you can, I'll set it to 5201, and we will run our tests. And I think this is going. It actually looks like it's not. Let's go ahead and cancel it, and I'm actually going to take the UDP off because they might be blocking UDP. And the bandwidth. I'm just going to set this all to default here and rerun it. And I'm not getting any results from them, so I'm going to rerun this. But instead of using Scott Linux, I'm going to use another one of those servers from the list, which is iperf.he.net, and it looks like their server's up and running, and I'm able to get out to it. Now, one thing that I will note is that these servers can only handle one connection per port, so if I were to run this for 100 seconds here, and then if I went to my other box and tried to do the same thing, you'll notice that you get an error, and the error that you get is the server is too busy, it's running a test. So these are public servers with only one port, so if someone else in the world is running a test to this IPerf server, then you're not going to be able to do it. So keep that in mind. If you really want a reliable server on the internet, you should build something out on the cloud and just have it there all the time, and don't share the IP address with everyone because other people will be able to use it and take up your connections. Also, what you could do on the same server is you could run multiple instances of IPerf, but just have it listen on multiple ports. And I actually have a script for that. So I'll show you that script here. So you can see the script that I have for this, and you could just create another similar script to this. You can see basically it's just running the IPerf server and setting the port, and it has a unique port for each one. So you could just do that to run multiple instances of IPerf in the background on different ports, and that way you can have multiple client connections in different places on your network going to the same IPerf server. So that's the best way to do that. Alright, so that's all I have on this video on IPerf. I just want to thank everyone that's been watching and subscribing. It really motivates me to continue creating this content. And if you have any questions in regards to DevOps or network engineering, please drop a comment below or join our Discord. The link is in the description below, and basically it's just a community of network and DevOps engineers. I also have a bunch of other videos in regards to DevOps and network engineering topics, so please check out the other videos in my channel if you're interested in that. Thanks everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video.